What's up, everybody? This is The Life You Have with Tez. That's me. Today we're going to talk about 5 things that you can do to keep more money in your pockets. But before we get into that, make sure you tap that like button if you like it, or subscribe if you want to see more content like this, so it might be able to help more people. The more subscribes we get, the more likes we get, so we can help out that YouTube algorithm so they can find us. Let's get into it. Number 1, what I do is I buy all my games at one time. I wait for the Steam summer sale to show up, and then that's when I get the games that I would normally get throughout the year. Because I know in an earlier video I talked about how 2 of my favorite hobbies are video games and comic books, and they're very, very expensive habits to actually get into. But that being said, what I do for my comics is I wait for the trade paperback, and what I do for video games is I wait. Instead of paying $60, what I end up doing is I go to Steam and I wait, because generally like the end of June-ish to July, they have the Steam annual summer sale. So instead of getting games that I would get for $60, I actually go and I get them for about $20, $30, or depending on when they actually came out. There's a lot of games that I actually like that came out like maybe 7 or 8 years ago, but I just wasn't able to play them yet. Well, I go on there, I set the slider for games under $10. If I like what I see, I buy it. Then I set the slider again for games under $20, and so on and so forth till I get to the price point that I'm willing to pay. Number 2, I actually do research. I research like a crazy ex-girlfriend going through somebody's Instagram or Twitter feed. I check everything. If there's a product that just seems too good to be true, chances are it is. If they have just a sudden glut of just 5-star reviews out of nowhere and there's no context to any of those reviews, they just say, oh, my husband loves this, or my wife swears by these, or whatever. It's just some general platitude. I go somewhere else and I check out that item. I want to see what people are really saying. What if there's something wrong with the screen? What if it has a problem with the battery? Those people aren't touching on those. They're just giving it a 5-star review because somebody on average is paying these people $6.20 to go review these products just so they can get up in the top of the search for the Amazon choice or whatever. I research, I'll go somewhere else. I also do my due diligence by seeing what the price is on some other site. You can go to GoSale.com. What that'll do is it'll check that product and check it everywhere else has been listed on the internet, and then you can actually see how much you're actually paying. Now, got to do your own due diligence, because some places like eBay might have something for $15.99, like a lavalier mic or something like that. But if you go to Amazon, that same one might be $20.99, but you can get it with 1 or 2 days shipping. Whereas if you are going to eBay, like I said, $15.99, but it's going to come on Saturday. So you either have to figure out if you want it patient, like if you need it now, then you're going to be paying for that convenience. But if you don't need it now, you can wait till Saturday to get it. Let's say that you go on YouTube, right? And you see that you could take the brakes off of a Honda Accord 2005 in 2 hours. So you know that it can be done in 2 hours. What you would do is you would call the mechanic and you would ask them how much would they actually take off the brakes for. So if they're trying to tell you something like, oh, we'll do parts and labor and all that stuff, you actually get your parts and then you ask them, if I had the parts, how much would you be able to do this for? Because now they can only charge you for labor. Then you call another mechanic and then you say, okay, in 2 hours, how much would you do this for? Because you know it can be done in 2 hours, especially if they find errors. You know it can be done in 2 hours. So there's no reason you should be paying for 3 or 4 hours of work if you know it can be done in 2 hours with issues. It'll save you a whole lot more, especially if you buy your parts up front from somewhere like O'Reilly Auto Parts, and then you actually take your car in to get serviced, because you already know what's wrong because you went to somewhere else, you bought the parts yourself, you just couldn't put them on. So you're just asking them, how much would you do this for in this amount of time? If they tell you it's impossible, go somewhere else. Chances are there's always somebody who'll do something for cheaper than the other guy. Number 3, listen to other people who know more. Okay, so this one should be common sense, but we all get to that age where we think we know everything. It's different for everyone. I thought I knew everything at 18. They know everything at 25. They know everything at 60. It just all depends on the maturity level of that person. I go to YouTube and I look up other people who are doing the same thing as me, and then I compare notes. I see what their life experience is and see what they have to say, and then I formulate my own opinion Now, luckily for me and the Army, there's a whole bunch of people who've actually failed at what they want to accomplish. They have a lot of experience and a lot of, don't do thises. You want to listen to people who fail, but you also want to listen to people who succeed, because the people who fail know what they did wrong and they can pass that on to you. That's why people write books. The unfortunate thing is people don't like to read books. In order for you to actually pay attention to some people, they have to put it in a video so you can actually grasp it and comprehend it. But that person has already been through something and they've already figured out the way to get around it. You're trying to get to it. They live in a place called there and you live in a place called here. They already know how to get there. They're trying to help you get to there. Yeah, listen to people who know more than you, because losers hang with losers and winners hang with winners. Winners don't hang with losers because it'll make their reputation look bad, and winners, they hang with winners. You might have a loser in the flock, but that's because they're trying to elevate that loser to be a winner. But losers only stick with losers. That's generally how it goes. My fourth thing is be nice. If you're nice to people, you're going to get a lot more accomplished for you in life. I live by this rule of treat other people how you would like to be treated. There have been so many times where I've helped somebody out with an issue that they might be having that somebody else was not able to help them with, that they just offered to buy me some food. Do you know how much that stuff, like how many times people actually get me food for some kind of gift that I do? Like I might help them out with something because my job is I send people to schools. I make things happen when nobody else can. I can get it done. So they're like, oh man, I will buy you lunch if you do this. I'm like, well, I was already gonna do it, but hey, they're buying me lunch, breakfast, some snacks, whatever, some Red Bulls. That stuff is key. When you take care of people, they will definitely take care of you. That's one of those things that it should be an axiom for everybody. That's not saying be somebody's doormat. You should never be anybody's doormat. You should always strive to tell people, hey, look, I'm not gonna help you if you don't calm yourself down and wait for me to help you. Because if you come to my help, then what's going to happen is I'm going to help you. But if you come to me for help and then you try to rush me in your problem, you will get whenever I get to you because you wanted to try to jump the line. Number 5. I make the same food for meal prep over and over and over again. I'm kind of like a bean and rice savant. In case I want to get fancy at it, what I start doing is I start throwing different flavor enhancers into everything. Oh man, I'm feeling southwesterny tonight. Let me throw some black beans, brown rice, corn, and some green peppers, red peppers, and yellow onions, Oh man, I can't finish it all. What do? I'm gonna make them into nachos, get some tortillas and get some salsa. Boom. What? It's like a $1 fix to like turn it into something else. Oh man, I do want some red beans and rice. Yeah, we're gonna make red beans and rice, but now we're gonna throw in some other type of bean that goes this. And then when we're done with that, we're gonna turn it into chili. There's so many different enhancers you could do just off the basic thing. If only people knew. If people thought of cooking like that, just adding or taking away different things, they'd probably be cooking more for themselves. You can actually save a whole lot of money by doing some meal preps. Number 6, don't spend it. So that is your other, if you don't spend your money, you're going to save your money. Sometimes all you just want to do is just spend money. You just be sitting on the couch and you just want to spend it. That's all you look forward to doing is spending that cash. In that event, what you have to do is you got to make it hard for yourself. Sometimes I put my wallet on a shelf and I sit on the couch. My laziness will outweigh my need to buy an item on Amazon that I could buy. Another thing is you want to do is you want to practice what's called uncoupling. Uncoupling means that, well, it's a trucker's term. We'll use it when we are taking the air hoses off of trucks and we're going to set the trailer down in another place. But what does that mean as far as cards go? Okay, well, you want to uncouple your credit cards from the sites that you use the most to spend money. So you want to go and you want to remove your credit cards and always be a guest if you can. That was it, everybody. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about that. If you like the video, go ahead and tap that like button, and if you feel like this is content that you want to hear more of from me, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, make sure you hit the little bell notification icon so you can know every time I come on to talk about this type of thing. This is the life you have with Tez. That's me, and peace out.